Several years ago, I discovered a Roblox game called Despicable Forces, made by Shovelware Studios. It was a Despicable Me obby where the minion Mel took over Earth and you and Gru had to defeat him, yada yada. It was really fun and was pretty different compared to other Shovelware obbies. Anyways, a few years later, I discovered that it was actually a fan game of Sonic Forces, which I never played. I then recently decided to get Sonic Adventure 2 as I recently saw Sonic 3 in theaters. It was a pretty good movie, by the way. I had a mixed opinion on the game. A very mixed opinion. Have you ever played a game that made you rage so hard, and yet you still enjoyed some of it? That's what it was like for me during my playthrough of the alright yet outdated Sonic Adventure 2. Now, don't get me wrong, there are a handful of good things about the game, but it still has many problems. I heard that this was supposed to be the last Sonic game since the team behind it had a low budget. They decided to put all their effort into it, resulting in the game becoming a success and making them enough money to continue the franchise. Now, this game was released during 2001, the franchise's 10th year, so it comes to no surprise that some things about the game are pretty outdated. So let's talk about Sonic Adventures 2's flaws and pros, shall we? I honestly don't have any problems with the graphics. As someone who played Half-Life and pixelated indie games, I don't really care about substandard video game graphics. They can be quite charming sometimes, like in the case of Undertale and Deltarune. Back to Sonic Adventure 2, the game can get a bit janky. I played on PC, by the way, so yes, I raged a lot when the controls would cause me to fall to my death. No offense to the English dub voice actors, but it wasn't really that good. It just felt a bit lazy to me. I have never heard the Japanese dub, but I heard it was pretty good. There were a multitude of levels in the game that I despised, but none compared to the most impossible level. Cannon Core. I died on different levels many times, sure, but at least it would only take me less than half an hour to beat. Cannon's Core is atrocious because whenever you progress to different parts, it doesn't save, making it impossible to beat if you don't do a glitch that can get you way more extra lives. The last part of a Cannon Core is easily the worst one, Sonic's part. You have to kill this artificial chaos, which are the worst enemies in the game, floating above the void. You do a homing attack to kill it, and then a jump back before you fall to your death. I cannot tell you how many times I have died trying to jump back only to fall to my death. To make matters worse, you need to kill it to progress, so it is necessary to pull off this attack. I eventually beat the game and felt extremely satisfied after ending this nightmare/alright game, and finally being able to move on to Pizza Tower. Did I also mention that I played Sonic Adventure 2 on PC? Yes, I guess it is really hard to beat a game made for consoles on a computer. But this game isn't entirely awful. Read the title if you didn't catch the memo. We will now move on to the pros. To start off, the Sonic/Shadow levels are the most well-known ones, since Sonic is the face of the franchise. Their levels can be fun at times. It's just that they can also get a bit janky, but are fun overall. It's really satisfying when you destroy the robots with your homing attack. The Tails levels are good too, except the desert one. God, I died so many times on it. It feels extremely satisfying just destroying all the robots with your Vulcan gun, since the Eggman levels feature the same mechanics, they're good too. I am not sure what to say about the Knuckles and Rouge levels. They're alright, it's just that it takes too long to find the things you need. I do like the gliding and climbing mechanics though. The game soundtrack is also pretty good. Live and Learn has all the right to go as hard as it did during the final boss fight. Speaking of the final boss fight, it is honestly one of my favorite moments in the game. It felt really satisfying teaming up with Shadow and fighting that giant salamander. Now back to the soundtrack. It really fits the levels. Set Me Free during City Escape is a very good song. And just like the final boss, the first level, City Escape, is one of the most iconic Sonic Adventure 2 levels for a reason. It is a nice introduction to the game, and the truck chase during the level is extremely intense, in a good way. And finally, the story is really good. I really love the idea of this giant space colony that was abandoned 50 years ago and is now haunted by robots and experiments. The story is also pretty dark. A posthumous scientist who plans to destroy Earth after having everything taken away from him. His credibility, his career, and worst of all, his daughter. I also really like the part where Eggman pisses on the In conclusion, Sonic Adventure 2 is mixed when it comes to quality. The game has its pros and cons. I know that back then and even now, it is a game that is fun to many people. I just want to remind everyone watching this that these are just my opinions. And I really hope this video didn't alter your view on old Sonic games. Making this video was fun, and I'm planning to make more review and analysis videos in the future, like on Pizza Tower or the Half-Life franchise. Please feel free to subscribe if you want to see all these videos in the future, and maybe even check out my second channel. Good night, and have a great year!